When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So where's your friend then? Sorry? You know, in the fancy dress. Susato or whatever, however you say it. I don't know. Mr. Sato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You're alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like. Go see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Mr. Sato and I won't meet again one day. Even so, but you, Gina, you only get one chance. This child today is all we have. Good morning, you two. I think that's who it is. Yes. Oh, Wakai! How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? Ah! Iris, what are you doing here? What you mean? When a friend is in need, we should just show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Oh no! Waggy! Great ways to show your support, kitty! Let him have a nose around what I'm gonna do. Well, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Oh, window bank. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? Classic question. What'd you say, Bruno? Jimmy? Oh, I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Now, I always take the good news first. Might not live to hear the bad. Surely they're seconds apart. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. What's up? Right then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. The bad news was a weather report? So I heard that Susie made her train to Duffer and that the train is delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside. Also a weather report. So even if the train is delayed, I should be able to make up the time later. That is good news, isn't it? Couldn't give a monkey's, really. If only all good news cancelled out the bad. And look, this child has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pickpost plunder. See? Oh, you like that? Let them say what they want. See if I care. Can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Bruno will soon show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will. And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be Discharge Dineless Dauntless Do-Gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno? Yes, let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It's like she was still here. luck then, Bruno. I'll do what I can. Huh? Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you more support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but, thank you, Iris. It's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris! Yes, Ginny? Well, I was wondering is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up alright? Seemed fine to us, the player. Yes, the operation was a great success. But Harley still hasn't come around yet. He's playing with us, isn't he? Eh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Right. No, Sir Sato-san. No, Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. It's time then. Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Bruno. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. It's a weapon that will secure our victory here. If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready! Lord von Zeeks, my lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service because I'm nosy? Oh yeah, this is his first gig in a while, isn't it? It was some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. And here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what might describe as your former life 5 years past? You dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Yet today, you chose to try a simple case of burglary and burglary. I confess, I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel. There are 2 types of person I cannot abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. He means Mr. McGilded, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago. Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you! Magnus McGilded, I'd known what a monster he was, I would have never defended him. Secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the far east, the Nipponese. Shit, there's some backstory here that we need to know about. Did he really just say that? That is uncalled for. He did not. He means you, Number. No. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? The torrid look of hatred in Lord Von Zeke's eyes, and the panic in ours. Is that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people? An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Von Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? Very interesting, very colourful. I think only one of them is a new face. Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me, we're born ready. Is he blushing? Is he... oh, clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And I'm ready for it. I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. Could I have? Women indispensable in this society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop. Yes. Oh. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Maybe not now. Is something wrong, Bruno? Not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know. So I've been led to believe. Something tells me I'm being duped. Very well. Now, Lord Von Zeeks. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. You're right about that. There really never has. The victim, Mr. Pop Winterbank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Breaker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. Shot from behind, alright. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant... Which one is it, Von Zeeks? Okay, whatever. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the wound on a rising diagonal trajectory. Rising? What's that supposed to tell us, huh? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Or they were lying down, probably. I mean, I don't know. The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. Time to read. Oh! Much to work with, I imagine. I now ask the court to turn its attention to the court record because I want to go through everything. Alright, so I don't see anything immediately linking this to our current case. It's very dubious, to be sure. There seems to be some links to case 3, but nothing obvious. Okay, so that's that. Okay, we still have this. No problem. Well, I'm not sure if this is going to be viable in court, to be honest, because green blood. Yes, this one's rather curious. Well, it's very glaring. Don't know how. Yeah, but, I don't. Ah, yes, I forgot to read this. My apologies. The victim was found deceased on the last scheduled. I don't know how British people will say that word, but I'm gonna go with scheduled. On the bus, the day after a stab wound to the abdomen. Oh, now we get his real name. Mason Milverton. Interesting. Alright, Conviction was assured with 3 eyewitness testimonies. However, a surprise 4th witness resulted in acquittal due to insufficient evidence. Okay, that's a lovely summary of what happened. Thank you very much, dear. I suppose we can peruse this. Pawnbroker perishes in pig purse plunder. How awful! Virginia, I mean. Tomorrow's headline will be Discharged Diver is Dauntless Do-Gooder, right? Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial, perhaps? Protects planet? Oh, I can't wait for it tomorrow now. It's going to be so great. There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well. Look. Ministry Mole. Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. For a 10-year-old, Ira certainly has her finger on the pulse of world news. It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by hostile nations. Communications are being intercepted. But how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Bruno? No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. It could be. It could explain why he has Grexy running from pillar to post at the moment. Most intriguing. Nothing else to unfold by looks of it? Ah, the autopsy report. Oh yeah, that's right. Single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back, no other visible signs of trauma. Instant death from a posterior bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. Okay. Anyway, we're back. Alright, eyes on the plan. Ooh. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. That grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway. She's one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End. Oh, well, it's only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell. We can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt just because of what she has to do to survive. The hallowed chalice. My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Good gracious! After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpurse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Von Zeeks. At once, my lord. This isn't good. I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno. I think because it has. Let us begin! Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Winterbank on 16th April this year. Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is baddie. Professional baddie.
Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him.
Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right, we're what they call
The Three Skulkin Brothers.
What are you looking at me for? Don't lump me in with you lot. God blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we've been going through?
So older bruv, lost contact with them we have. So we're scouring every shady corner of the capital.
And then last night we came across you, the very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo?
He is, Nash, he is. The very spit of him.
So we decided then there what we was gonna do. We was gonna call ya.
of Selkie.
On, leave it out, you two. Sulky, Skulky? That's before he's run out of chips. Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. Tobias, indeed. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand. The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft. Thieves are they, these three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this law. 2 nights ago, these brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime. By Jove, you mean to say? What an extraordinary coincidence! Indeed, my lord, while attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed this proprietor's murder. The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw.
Happy to!
Because a Skulkin's never skulking.
Get out of it! We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gaff store was ajar, see.
It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was.
Once we got inside, God blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room. Sure wasn't you, Laura?
We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside.
We never done nothing, Governor. We took nothing. We just left after that nice and quiet. A terrible coincidence it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot. The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within only the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel.
Yes.
What's the matter, Runa? Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies told by the pair in the stand. I know that's all nonsense, because I saw it with my own eyes. I just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Well, yeah, sure, but I don't think we have evidence to directly contradict stuff, so I think we might as well press. We was walking down Baker Street. The The front of Winterbanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this? Must have been about 1, right, Ringo?
Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Sulky.
How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. It was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
Not so sure, Nash. Seem to remember a little bit of light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker?
Leave me alone. There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place. And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained to the unfortunate victim. That's pure conjecture. Ha! Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Why, that's what happened.
It's like some kind of sign.
Uh-huh. What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo? They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
Weren't no whim, did sure are. It weren't, Nash, it weren't, like we said at the time. Don't just find doors open in the middle of the night like that. No, there's no two ways about it. It was a sign that our long-lost brother was inside. They're not very good liars, are they? You can't deny it. Let us all about what looks like our bruv.
I said cut it out. Chips are getting a chomping today.
But once we got inside, God blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room.
Okay, this we got to press on. A gunshot, you say? Just the one? Are you sure about that?
Yup, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that. It was, Nash, it was. Are you right, bruv?
The firearm used belonged to the victim himself. Wait, hold on. Did we check the evidence yet? Oh, my bad. Sorry, hold on. Speaking of the revolver, this is Mr. Winterbank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Winterbank always used to keep this gun to hand on his shop counter.
Yes, but only ever with a single bullet, I understand.
That's right, to keep all the pawn articles that were in his kid's safe.
His one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? Anything else particularly glaring? No, not by the look of it. Just the one.
Yes, Mr. Winterbank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter.
Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds.
That makes sense. Mr. Winterbank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded.
It's true. I remember him saying that as well.
So we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as a weapon.
Yes, my lord, we can.
Now I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful!
Okay, I guess we can't bring that up, yeah.
Did they not stir? Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom? If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom. Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by.
And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Yeah.
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think.
It's your turn, Rabbit Ringo. Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you have to say we ain't normal, huh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. Okay. These gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night. Thank you, counsels. So, I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing.
Just making sure. Nice and quiet. Sure. You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story?
It was bedlam soon as, wasn't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't have time to ball me Dukes out me Lucy lockets.
So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left. Nice and quietly, you say?
That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers, we are not bludgers. Yeah, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me Dukes out me Lucy lockets.
So you clearly like us to believe.
Come again?
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night. Did you not run into anyone else? Did you not fire a gun at that person? Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say?
Oh! Blimey, Governor! You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway?
It was.
What the bleeding Nora? Didn't you mention that before?
You were armed with a gun. As you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Sherlock Sholmes. You shot the great Mr. Sholmes. I did hear that, actually. There was a rumour he'd been rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes. That's beyond the pale. On the night in question, This pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel showed signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. Speaking of evidence. Snoopity snoop. So, there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of this revolver's 6 cylinders. Which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it. Exactly. The bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it? Happened almost as soon as we walked in through Winterbank's door. I'll make those brothers pay! Sure will, Iris. For yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder in this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial. Wait, the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of... sorry. Sorry, I couldn't read that for a moment. I didn't need evidence! Because I was there! Oh shoot, it was a single one, and if it was used to... However, the rest of us in the courtroom were not. Shoot, this is bad. The defense fails to prove evidence in support of its rash claim. We shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. But they're sweating. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Winterbanks that night. The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbrokers that night? I don't think it's going to help our cause. Unloaded a firearm. Suppose we can't accuse them of shooting Winterbank. Freak, this is so confusing. Okay, it was either they shot Winterbank or they shot Shone, so 2 gunshots are confirmed. But I'm guessing... I guess we're leaning towards Shomes, so... Yeah, if you look at Greenie here... Oh shoot, that might be Shomes' blood then. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. My bad. Is that alright? Yeah, okay. Good. The evidence is in this portfolio. What on earth have you up there, counsel? During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you.
Just wanted to be thorough. Anyway, we analysed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio. Would you claim you have the evidence the court is demanding therein? Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
Take that!
Because the other... Sorry, I'm so confused right now. There are 2 gunshots and I'm like, I don't know which one we're going with, so I am mildly confused. It's a photographic print taken at window-based pawnbrokery on the day of the incident. From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And my eyes do not deceive me. It appears the bullet is still lodged there. Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Winterbank's calendar. Oh, right, it was shot on the date and shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight. This indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set on the 16th. That's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes this is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun at the pawnbrokers that night. No! Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Von Zieks? If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. What? But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, those brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. Take it easy there, Governor. You're going to land us in the soup. We had a deal. You weren't going to get into the details. Deal? Tell him, Selkie. Tell the bloke straight. Nothing to add. So he knew, did he? Von Zieks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact. To what fact do you refer, Lord Von Zieks? As has been established at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its way in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. Oh! In other words, these 2 men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Winterbank. So that's it. That's it. We have nothing to do with it. We didn't, Nash, we didn't. That's what I reckon. Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget,
attempted murder. Quite a catalogue, eh, fellas?
We're in for it now, bruv.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly.
Where's he going with this?
Mr. Sholmes appeared to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric? Says who?
It's not me, don't give me that look. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh! That's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders!
What is that, Counsel? It's the appearance of a photographic contraption. As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he'd be caught red-handed. The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in quite desultory fashion. Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, the respective positions are he and he. You say these cameras produce a print every hour. I'm afraid I failed to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals. One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fried truck, ain't it, brother? Lady Lux loves the skulking.
Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin?
It must have been just after 1. Right, bruv? Must have been Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within this shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Ready? Good Lord! It's the defendant! Miss Gina Lestrade!
As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom. Quite! One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
I don't believe him! Ginny!
In short, the accused is the only person who could have possibly killed Mr. Winterbank. Ah!
say, my lord? Wonder if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Took a bally bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maymont, 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point? Carried on the battle after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. Here I am now, leading this small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. And we'll all go down together, you mark my words. 1 for all and all for one. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand? Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? In a manner of speaking, yes! That is the Gyarados Squadron's position, sir! Well, no! It's too soon to make a judgment here! Status report for the court, men! On the double now! His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too. I think you'll find the truth is as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it. Wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But in all honesty, I can't actually remember now. Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth is now undeniable. Stop. And very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky. Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty. 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 Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already. Photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Jenny didn't shoot him! No, of course not. My lord! The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination. Very well, the court grants permission. So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chaps. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketeer. As a housemaid, I should like to see your filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at that photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. I've left it in there. Should have thought repercussions by now. Am I made up? Stop.
Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In motherland, we never judge by clothes, judge by head, and convince them brothers are innocent. Ha! The circumstance of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. The storeroom, locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention this print! Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Dear, how these cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. Maybe it means something else? I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. Which means there's more to this situation that we've yet to see. Agreed! You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. Does it now? Suppose I'm just gonna press this time round. You're Mr. Knotsmith's landlord, Mr. Garrett, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this. Sorry about your wife? Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, that's a turn up for the books. Yeah, it's rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. Well, never mind that now. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be suggesting that, therefore you should change your leaning to not guilty or anything, and no, sir, no. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garrett house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tenancies. I don't have the heart to break the news to Journey yet. Bad enough that the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. You did do rather a lot. But not for us, that's for dash certain. I suppose not. Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty there, obviously. Obviously, but honestly, I really wish we'd pay more attention to the trial, less to juror number 2. So it's not just, bruh. You always got a maid complex. As a housemaid. Are any of them really arguing? Like they're just saying, polishing the bench, I see. Again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to the market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pig pursers and crossmen, scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps? Let me be plain. If it were up to me,
all those back slums would have been made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals.
You're referring to Mr. Sherlock Holmes? Yes.
That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital.
Mr. Sholmes? Maid? There's probably some fan art out there somewhere. I'd love to see it.
It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Okay, Gina wasn't the one who... Wait, we're not saying Gina, are we? Minor detail. It was the two brothers in the stand who shot Mr. Holmes, not the... Sholmes! Not the defendant. It's not Holmes, totally not.
A minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway.
Yes, alright. I shall amend my statement.
Oh? What are we amending it to?
Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective.
Or at least it's a bit more accurate this time. Don't know what to do with that though, so we'll just press on to... You're right, sir. What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo?
Sorry, don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally...
Alright.
It looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously.
I don't know, the gun trajectory is a bit high.
It's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information.
Is that gonna help? By any chance, I still don't know how to cross on. Are you a fan of stereoscopes? Surely you're not.
Oh, how did you know?
Let's call it a lucky guess, shall we?
It never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity.
Of course.
Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope is here to stay. Giving us new perspectives we can only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen.
If only it could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. Can we stay on topic, please, sir? What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that.
I'm so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
Surgeon? That totally passed me by.
Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors, oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field.
So what is it that you think you've left behind? I know this is irrelevant to the case, but, maybe we can deal with it so you can get back on topic?
Well, it's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing. Went in through the abdomen. When I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
What?
Surely not. Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? It's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing.
Oh, well, that's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. It's exactly my concern! Seeing this as the case appears to be all but sewn up. I need to focus on trying to remember exactly where I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, sure, I made sure everything was back as it should be, but as sure as you can be without being sure.
I'm sure you need to be more sure.
Mine made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop.
Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean?
Are you from the Far East? Stop.
Yes, from the Empire of Japan.
All communication with Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Well, mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. But now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds, connecting the entire world.
Thousands of miles of cable? On the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it.
You are well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop.
Just when I was starting to catch up.
Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves into four corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmospheric electric. Stop.
Just try not to wear out your fingers.
Error. Wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle!
The slander.
I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys.
Alright, you poor thing. Sorry, I couldn't find the button for a second. Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but...
What?!
Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark, even though the sound is obvious? As if I couldn't guess, really.
Oh, you bet I do! Say that again! Go on! I dare you! Goodness, are you talking to me?
I think it just might be, yes.
You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you? Huh? Absolutely. I mean, really. A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Why on earth would you not just look your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional.
A great way to appease the man.
No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all.
You just don't know!
Pardon?
I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities?
Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, you could reveal hidden clues you've never even noticed before.
What?
Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we can use with this stereoscope?
Let me double check. The kitty, even though we saw it. Let's see. Well, yeah, the one we just got, right? Sure, it's not a pair, but... Can we do it with the one? How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this without any 2 suitable photographic prints? Or with?
Of course I can.
Okay, we only have one file. I'd like you to demonstrate.
I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
But we don't have another one, do we? Do we? I don't think so.
fuck, I can't get out of this, can I? I'm just gonna have to take the bullet. Present it again!
Take that!
Sorry? What do you mean? One more print? Oh dear, oh dear. Don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works? We had a whole lecture. Bruno! What? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? I know, but we don't have... Yeah, we saw the kitty yesterday. One for the left eye and one for the right. Yeah, okay, sorry, yes, I remember now. The print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph. No, I think you'll find. But the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints. Thanks for the friendly explanation. Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man. Von Zeeks, can you hit us up, mate? I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Let's get things back on track, shall we, Council? Another shot. Okay, I don't have anything like that. Well, hopefully we can glean something because, like, we have the one from the crime the night. That's really nice, but what are you?
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not a villain Bolshevik? Russian revolutionary? Revolutionary? Yeah, I believe there is such a rumor. I would hope it's a rumor. It's just a rumor. As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal. Your words, not mine. I just want to point that out. You didn't hear it from me. People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fit? It's not the point, sweetie. Good day, I'm visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Not now, sir. That didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated like vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. Poor thing. So I have much sympathy for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of the... The Skulkin brothers. Maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. Did we not say it was an illegal entry? But they had done nothing wrong. That is what I want to say. Their gun had a bullet fire. I mean, I guess we can't. If that it was. I don't know, something. We're not doing it purely based on looks. The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night. Alright, well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Runa? The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it there's a Russian tourist sitting among them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? How do you look like a revolutionary? Not the bead sandal! I wish I knew. I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors. The trial will be over. Well, we know that Jenny would never shoot anyone. Yeah, so we need to find contradictions in what these jurors are saying and pit them against each other.
I must be ready to go to whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. I don't think we have anything definitive on her. We need the other... Oh my gosh, I don't know how to approach this, to be honest. I believe we pressed on everyone at this rate. Oh, I guess... Oh yeah, we have to... Ah! Is that what we're going with? Something we need to clarify further down the trial? These two statements clearly contradict each other. Took me a while to recognize it, but yes! Good Lord, counsel, explain yourself! Oh my statement, contradictory. Contradict. See or in... Juror number 6. You've got the wrong end of the stick. We can't say that, can we? I do not have stick, I have mouse. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen. EBD. Sir? Sorry. My English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear. Well, a mouse. Forgive me, I did not hear. Could have said that earlier, sir. Ah, it is word abdomen, part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not a native speaker. Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again? Developers. So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? Look like criminals. They said before, we never done nothing, but truth is they shot detective. This is double negative. My head hurts. That's exactly right, oh my gosh. You're learning. Lying is wrong and so is joking on little mouse. Especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. This means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough! I trust no one now! It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir. I must see with own eyes! I must investigate crime scene myself! I'm afraid that won't be Yes, it is, Bruno! Easily! Sorry? The prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder! But we've only got the one! Yeah, we got the one. Oh, wait, I forgot to look at it carefully. Let's see. This is a rather compromising image, but nothing definitive in my opinion. If you compare the print that picked as Ginny and the next print from half an hour later, could you hit me up, love? You'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Gooey, Mr. Prosecutor! Oh, finally. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Right, we already have that. But what about half an hour later? Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. So they say. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later, after the brothers' flight. Alright, let's see.
So this was taken after Hurley was shot then? As far as I can tell. Nothing has been taken.
That does seem to be the case. I can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. So, the brothers who look like criminals only told one lie. Lie nonetheless. They shot the men, but they stole nothing. Appearances can be deceiving. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right, I did not understood situation. Now I know brothers have lied, I think it's very important to continue with trial. Oh, okay, good. Thanks, sir. Very good. I'm glad you understand.
Don't Bruno, the balance is shifting.
It's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. We need 2 more, or 3 more actually. And if I can do that, we just might turn the situation to our favour still. Thank you, counsel. Continue. And kindly hand the new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence. And to show juror number 3, I believe. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. Maybe not us, but... In lake of lies are many dead fish. We must find truth. Therefore, I say not guilty verdict. Spasibo. I think that's thank you in Russian, I'm not sure. Alright. Another shot. Well, I've got another shot. Another chance. Can it really show him new clues though? Don't know unless you try. How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Alright then. Very well. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me 1 more print and I'll manage you all.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints were both taken with the same camera and window banks on the night in question. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle? I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some objects. Then, when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were depth. Yes, exactly. It's that small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So, what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that won't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 3-dimensionally anyway. Who came up with this? Oh! Of course, now I see! I think the young girl has discovered the secret! I have! Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me?
these two pictures from Hurley's camera, Bruno. Go on.
Alright.
See, there's a really obvious difference between them.
Well, yeah, I actually do see something, but I don't have to cross my eyes, I don't think.
Of course there is. Either 2 people in the first and no people in the second.
Exactly.
Well, you can see that straight away, but now try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions.
Okay, wait.
Fuck.
I don't know how to do it. I'll give it a go. So to start with, you have to. Oh my god, I genuinely can't do this. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the quill pens from each. No, I can't do it. I genuinely can't. You know, when I got to this part, I literally just didn't spot the difference. Wait a minute. It's ever so slight. But I think game does show you though, so I won't. There is. There is. But I didn't have to cross my eyes to see it, to be honest. What's going on with these 2 pictures? Yep, there you go. If you pay close attention, it is slightly different. Some of the things on the counter sort of jump out at you. Yeah, so those. Oh my god, not the judge! The judge! What's this?
Yes, that's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes.
Although amazing power? Something more going to explain this black magic, eh? Do some of the other things on the counter seem to jump out at you like that, huh?
I think you'll find if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll be able to answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at 2 identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in the position of certain objects that lets you see pictures 3-dimensionally.
In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the 2 pictures, I suppose I don't really get the full effect by doing spot the difference, but this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. But why? What caused that, I wonder?
There must have been.
The whole fire there, sir. A reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I say. Why the devil does this shift between the 2 pictures exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master. Me? I haven't the first idea.
You know, Bruno, it's quite simple.
It is. Depth.
Just take it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some of the items appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means?
It means that sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Zorkus!
Someone tampered! New information, stop! No mention in testimony so far, stop!
Yes. We've had to go around in circles a little here, but it seems I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. We have to let this trial to continue to clarify this. The question is now clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by who? Are you suggesting we might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who was responsible for the almost imperceptible shift. It's obvious, is it?
We never did nothing.
Wait, I actually need to think about this because... Well, these two are clearly shady, but I don't know how confident I am about that though. Did someone say something? I don't think Gino would have messed with that. Well, yeah, someone was looking for something, right? There's two of them. Like, does it matter which one I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Take that!
It was the witnesses currently in the stand. The Skulkin brothers.
Yeah, because they went in... Wait, did we actually say that, or we... They broke in.
Wait! This does not agree what brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. My phrase book says dukes is meaning hands and Lucy lockets is meaning pockets. But this is another lie. Is this what you're saying?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Hold on there a minute. You can't be sure of that. Quite agree. The accused is a common pig purse after all. It's perfectly possible she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal.
It's definitive. I think that's unlikely.
Why exactly?
As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. I still think the trajectory is a bit weird, but alright. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Winterbank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Mr. Straight's interest lay within the storeroom, not the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. But the accused is a pig purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pig purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? Sid! I for one would like to hear more from that shady pair. Can you all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes on playthings. You'll see their extraordinary potential firsthand. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Won't return home via Regent Street. Stop. Aye. Love to see you. Oh, the trial will continue! Huzzah! Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations by the mighty scale of justice. I hereby call this summation examination to conclusion, with the balance altered in the defendant's favour. 2 lean guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue. Yay, well done! Oh, by the way. What? You should hold on to this ring. You never know when it might come in useful. I sure never do. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. It's becoming so oddly important. Since our introduction, since we first came into the pawnbrokers, Lord Von Zeeks! We will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night, at least. I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent.